Beepity beep. Here we go. Somebody we haven't talked about for a long time. We'll just, mention her in passing. She's quite important. This woman, quite important, right? Kathleen Stock. Oh dear, Kathleen Stock. Made of stern stuff is stock. What have we got for you today? Well, beep beep, beep beep beep. Oxford students call for feminist Kathleen Stock to be no platformed at union over trans views. So we've got the wibbling, future 4x4 owning twats, NIMBYs at Oxford, right? Okay. Refugees never, right? Okay. Those types, right? Okay. Who are doing all the pearl clutching. It's just insane. Insane. The university's LGBTQ plus Handskneesandbumpsadaisy society says it's appalled. Is it? Is it? The transphobic academic has been invited to share her views on gender identity theory. When are they going to end these affinity groups? You've got to end them everywhere. They have to end, okay? Because all you're building is a bunch of useless wibbling kids that'll be no good to anybody. If you saw my thing about employment the other day, boy oh boy have I heard from some folk on that. It's a serious problem, right? It's a serious problem, really. So these are the same tossers, right? There was a bloke moaning. Oh my gosh, they've doxed my brother in the paper because he was one of the ones who signed this ridiculous thing. They don't like it up them, do they? Right, so the university's LGBTQ plus Handskneesandbumpsadaisy society has urged the Oxford Union to rescind its misguided invitation to the academic. Have they now? Kathleen's scheduled to speak at the end of May. In a statement posted on social media, the LGBTQ plus Handskneesandbumpsadaisy people said it was dismayed and appalled. This is like, there used to be a programme on television years ago called Points of View, run by a guy called Barry Took. He's gone now, so he's Barry Taken. But that was his name, Barry Took, right? And he'd sit there and go, and Hilda from Sussex writes, I am dismayed and appalled. Disgruntled from Basingstoke. That's these people, right? That the historic debating society has decided to platform the transphobic and trans-exclusionary speaker, Kathleen Stock. No, women's rights campaigner, right? Campaigner for same-sex attraction, Kathleen Stock. You unbelievably stupid, oafish, join the club, middle class, lots of money, twats, right? It's accused the union of disregarding the welfare of its LGBTQ plus Handskneesandbumpsadaisy people under the guise of free speech, i.e. they don't want to hear stuff they don't want to hear. Tough. Kids, grow up. Oh, it's coming. The future is now. Right? I think you should be strapped to a chair and made to hear it, because you're so stupid. Miss Stock, 50. Why? Why is that in there? Is a former philosophy professor. She's still a philosophy professor, you wankers. You don't know, right? Who resigned from her post at Sussex University in 2021 after a campaign of intimidation by trans rights activists and the LGBTQ plus Handskneesandbumpsadaisy people, right? She is a married lesbian. Handskneesandbumpsadaisy. Somebody found the video, it was fabulous. She is a married lesbian who argues that womanhood and manhood reflect biological sex, not gender or gender identity. Well, it does. What the hell's wrong with you? Gender identity doesn't exist. Remember to say that. Every time somebody says gender identity, just put gender identity doesn't exist. That's it, right? Miss Stock said that the claim that trans women are women is a fiction. Yes. Otherwise they wouldn't be trans women, would they? And the Telegraph have got trans women as one word. Oh dear. And argue that spaces where women undress and sleep should remain genuinely single sex. Well, there's only one. They should just be single sex. So here's the statement from the Oxford LGBTQ plus Handskneesandbumpsadaisy affinity group, which I imagine they put together while, having a gin and tonic in a bar and bothering people, right? The Oxford University LGBT Society is dismayed and appalled. The Oxford Union decided to platform the transphobic and trans-exclusionary speaker Kathleen Stock. Stock has been campaigning against trans rights, labelling them as dangerous to women, calling for the exclusion of trans people from the LGBTQ plus movement, supporting conversion therapy and supporting hate groups such as the LDB Alliance and Lesbian Project. My goodness, Kathleen, you've been busy. I mean, it's libelous. It's libelous. You know, and then they've got, you can see it in the article, it's all in the trans colours as well, these ridiculous pink and blue. Once again, it says, the union is disregarding the welfare of its LGBTQ plus Handskneesandbumpsadaisy members, right? Under the guise of free speech, letting Stock bring her campaign of hate and misinformation to Oxford, allowing her to stoke fear against trans people without challenge or opposition, right before Pride Month and at a time when the trans community is facing a constant attack on its lives and rights. Utter gibberish, you stupid people. Who is this from? Yeah, the Oxford University LGBTQ plus Handskneesandbumpsadaisy people. You're all bloody mad. I'm a gay bloke, you're mad. We call on the union to rescind its misguided invite and on all Oxford students to stand in solidarity with the trans community and express their dissent with these views. Oh, don't waste your time. As always, if you need support or someone to talk to, our welfare secretaries are available at... Give us a call if you feel that you've been victimised by this reality. Is reality causing you to feel victimised? Call us now and we'll make you feel better about the unreality in which you're living. If you need support or someone to talk to, our welfare secretary is available at OU Welf. Oh, is that L or F? What a strange email address. OUWELF01 at gmail.com. I'm sure I read that right. Did I read that right? OUWELF01 at gmail.com. If you'd like to join the efforts against Stock speech, reach out to our president at OUPrez, P-R-E-Z, at gmail.com. I'm not sure I read that out right either. Should we do that one again? OUPrez at gmail.com. What I would do is I go to various stores that ask you to send details about stuff they'd never buy and just enter their email instead of yours. Don't do it. That would be a terrible thing to do, wouldn't it? They end up with swatches for carpet and leather and... Thank you for your inquiry in regarding ostrich eggs importation. Find as many crackers things as you can and sign them up to it. Don't do it. That'd be naughty of you if you did that. It'd be very naughty if you all signed them up for bollocks. Well, maybe you just like to drop the Prez line. Our Prez, OUPREZ at gmail.com. Trans activists had labelled Stock's views as hate speech and accused feminist academics at other universities of transphobia for supporting Miss Stock. Miss Stock, who is now a writer and visiting fellow at the University of Austin, Texas, yay, go Kathleen, said the statement from Oxford University's LGBTQ plus Handskneesandbumpsadaisy Society makes it look utterly ridiculous. Absolutely right. A bunch of narcissistic, bum-fumbling, scissoring twats who think that gender identity ideology is a good thing for gays and lesbians. If there's a gay or lesbian in there, I'd be very surprised. It's probably all just, AGP men LARPing. But who knows? Who knows? Come and have a look. See if you can find them. What do they look like? You put yourself out there, folks, and expect people to come back to you. It's that simple. Right? We'll listen to what you've got to say, but don't expect people not to come back to you, which is what they expected. How dare you defy us? How dare you dox us? We're not doxing you. You got your bloody email address there. Right. The statement, which also alleged she has called for the exclusion of trans people from the LGBTQ plus movement, so have I, supported conversion therapy, don't support conversion therapy, and by the way, being, gender identity ideology is the conversion therapy, because they sterilise gay and lesbian kids. We know this already. In the Dutch study, they were all gay. And supported hate groups such as LGBT Alliance and Lesbian Project, contains several falsehoods and it's probably defamatory, Miss Stock said. Have 'em, Kathleen. Sue them into oblivion. I don't know why the universities are bothering with these student unions. They don't need to pander to them or pamper to them. Do they? Just don't deal with them. Tell them to fuck off. The society alleged that the academic would bring a campaign of hate. It just... So then we have the Oxford Union replying, which is rather a nice, warm reply from the Oxford Union. The Oxford Union said on Monday that it would reject calls to no platform Miss Stock as it affirmed its commitment to free speech. There you go. Up yours, you bunch of wibbling homophobic nonsense merchants who make up the LGBTQ plus Handskneesandbumpsadaisy Oxford Society of Tossers. Right? Up yours. A spokesperson said the union aims to challenge Professor Kathleen Stock's views and provide a platform for members to question her beliefs in a mini-debate format, where members will have an automatic right of reply to their questions, so to uphold the freedom of expression of our members as well as that of Professor Stock. Now, the Oxford's LGBTQ plus Handskneesandbumpsadaisy Society is led by someone called Amiad Haran Daman, a PhD politics student at Lincoln College, and Zoe Rose Guy, a computer science student at Hartford College. In a post retweeted by Mr. Dimon, Miss Guy said, "As an Oxford student, I view the union the same way the rest of the world seems to view Oxford. A bunch of privileged gits vying to be the next PM, there to stroke their already massive egos. They cannot be allowed to throw trans people under the bus unchallenged. They are what they say they aren't. They are what they think you are." Right? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Mr. Dimon, who is the beneficiary of a scholarship scheme for Israeli students, described himself as an activist for peace and democracy in Israel and is researching the roots and dynamics of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. He has retweeted anti-monarchist posts and calls for MP Rosie Duffield to have the Labour whip removed over her gender-critical views. The LGBTQ plus Handskneesandbumpsadaisy Society said on Monday that it stands by the opinions expressed in their statement. Well, you're an idiot then. Tosses. And then Toby Young chips in. It's a good article. Go and have a read. It's from the Telegraph. Is it me or is the Telegraph producing some of the best stuff in this video? There's the two people that you've got to shoot. So they're waiting to be PM. Blah blah blah. They are exactly what they say they aren't. They are what you accuse you of being, because that's what they do. These QT nutters. They lie about everything, and they'll be looking for power and oppression everywhere. That's why they're from politics, and they're not really people that are going to make much of a difference. So I say, screw them. Well done, Kathleen. I shall look forward to watching it, because it'll be a joy to behold. Because you're going to give these kids 6 lashes intellectually, I hope. We shall see. Goodbye, good people. Enjoy your day.